Welcome back to another episode of the Entangled Thots podcast. I am one of your hosts, Poetic Justice, here as humbly as I can. To my right, I got
I'm Zoe. Hello.
Zoe's just so nice and petite. She just uses I'm just Zoe.
I'm just Zoe.
And everybody like I'm young OG, triple C, like
Nope. I'm Zoe. I'm a real ass bitch. I don't gotta go by a stage name.
the stage name. Well, for people who know me, the brand is Poetic Justice. How's your week been, Zoe?
It's been
Oh
eventful.
fuck! Hold up. I'm sorry. Let's run that back, Turbo. Welcome to the podcast where there ain't no hoes.
I don't know it.
I do not know it. We're gonna try this again. Welcome to the podcast where
Okay.
there ain't no hoes, but we do think out loud. That's interesting. Okay, now we can continue. How was your week, Zoe?
It's been a week. I haven't really done much, to be completely honest. I've been hitting the gym. 'Cause,
As you should.
I'm a weightlifter. But that's really it. What about you?
Well, I'm so glad that you asked.
Oh God, here we go.
This week possibly has been the best week of this past week. Let me say that. Has possibly been the best week of my life.
Well, good. Explain.
I drove down to Arizona, the desert. It's hot as fuck over there.
Right.
I went to go see my favorite rapper in concert. For those of y'all,
I saw.
for those of y'all who don't know, my favorite rapper is Futuristic. So Futuristic, if you're ever watching this,
That's your boy.
it was amazing. So I went there with my producer. For those of y'all who don't know, I've been quietly working on some music. My first single is probably dropping sometime next month.
Good.
And I went to go there. I went there with my producer. We were just chilling. And then Saturday was the concert. And like, I was hyped. I was excited. I almost had a fangirl moment. I had to contain my, I was like, whew. And then like, I got VIP tickets because, you know, ain't no, spend a couple bands. So I was like, so I got VIP tickets, and like VIP tickets came with a meet and greet. So the meet and greet was at the beginning of the what's it called? So I was like, oh my god! I was like, oh my god! I'm about to meet him for the second time. Like, let's go, let's go.
Right.
Got to the front of the meet and greet line. It was like his homeboy was just at the door, like checking, make sure everybody had the tickets, whatever. It was like,
Yeah.
okay, cool. Walked in. They were playing either that Doja Cat song, "That's My Best Friend."
Oh my gosh.
And she don't need no. She was playing that or My Type.
Mhm.
Rich nigga, 8-figure, that's my type. That's my type. Yeah, that's my type. I don't really like ratchet girl music. I really don't.
Oh, see, we couldn't party together because
But-
I like ratchet girl music.
But if it's on and I'm in the vibe, I will jam as hard as I can.
Hell nah, I be in the
So-
middle of that bitch.
I was
my
like-
ass.
I was over here hitting the cat daddy and shit, and then
As you should.
and then everybody in the room was hyping me up. Hey, hey, hey,
As you
hey.
should.
I was like, okay.
You gotta walk in and demand attention. That's how you make it.
So then he reached out his hand, brought me on stage. He was like, I was like, oh my god, Futuristic touched my hand. Oh shit, this is real. And he was like, so we took a picture together. The picture was dope. He was like, all right, and like we took a shot together too. And I was like,
That's cool as fuck.
all right. I took a shot with Futuristic. I feel legit. And then, so like it was cool. The concert was amazing, and like he said something like him and like so he had this album come out called "I Know What You're Thinking" with this dude named Michael Manelli. Dude got pipes. He can sing.
Right.
And like Michael Manelli called it. He was like, "Hey yo, I feel like this nigga gonna be in the front of the fucking crowd, just like I'm gonna be looking for you."
Now, was he right?
He was exactly right. They came on stage, they did their motherfucking thing, and they had a little mosh pit, and they came down onto the floor, and he was doing his song. They had this song called 2K, which is, if you like basketball, totally go listen to 2K, because it's nothing but basketball bars in that entire
Right.
section. So like, he starts rapping his part, and I know his part like a little bit, like, and I know Futuristic's parts too. So I like hooping allergies on mascot points on the board like a thumbtack, and like I started just going ham, and he see me, he hyping me up, like I was like, okay, right. Facts. And my producer, he got a little shine too, because Futuristic, he had a moment of solace. He was like, hey, I've been put on this earth to help make sure that everybody else can, like, I've been put on this earth to help others, basically.
Yeah. And
how I help others is by putting other artists on. That's why I started my album company. That's also why I started Indie Amplify, to help independent artists grow their own art. So, do we got any rappers in the crowd? And I was like, me. I see, I rap. He's like, you sing, you can't. He's like, you can't sing and dance. Stop.
You gotta pick one. Pick one.
So he skipped over me. He got my producer. My producer got up there, rapped for the crowd or whatever, and it was dope. So shout out to Futuristic. I had a great time at the concert. But at the concert, I also made a very strong revelation.
Okay.
Futuristic's been my favorite rapper for years. He's one of the top 3 black men I idolize.
Right.
Him, Young Don the Sauce God, and Michael B. Jordan.
Right. Okay, I can see that.
The Holy Trinity.
Not the Holy Trinity, but I can see it.
So I was kind of sad too, going to the concert. I was like, damn, I've been idolizing this man for years. Mm-hmm. And like now, like here I am, 22 years old, really starting to get into my career.
Right.
Next time I see Futuristic, I don't want to see him as a fan. Nah, I want him to see me as an equal.
Right, as a mutual.
So that's
and you can definitely make that happen.
That is my goal going forward. I've been going crazy on my music. Me and my producer just worked on the remix of Compensating, and that whole sounds fire.
Good. I'm very proud of you.
Yeah,
I'm very proud of you.
We gotta make some moves. What time are we at, Isaac?
10 minutes.
Damn, that was a good 10-minute run. Shit. We got some of that alkaline water.
That's what we'll go with.
The Capri Sun.
Oh yeah, make it a fancy Capri Sun. Just squirt it in a cup. That's how you do it.
It does taste like a watered down Capri Sun.
Like if you get in the pool and you got like swallow pool water and then you take a drink of a Capri Sun, that's what it tastes like. Like as a kid, that's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of like my childhood, which is terrible to say, but.
Yeah.
Did you find any topics?
DMX died.
Oh shit, that is something we have to, completely forgot about that. Let's save that for the next clip.
Yeah, that's a big one.
All right, cut it right here. And we are back. Yeah, DMX did die, bro, and that's fucking crazy. Cause while I was driving to Arizona, my homeboy he's like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "Nigga, why are you yelling? It's 2:00 in the morning, and I'm trying to drive."
Right.
And he was like, "DMX just died, bro." Like, I was like, "Damn."
Yeah.
And then I went to a club the day before the concert, and like they were playing DMX, and they were playing, that stop, na 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 na.
Right.
Oh. Everybody got crunk, and I was like, yeah. I actually met cool people in Arizona. I got some contacts. Like, I was so lit. Like, after the show was over, people were coming up to me. Oh my god, can we take a picture with you? I was like,
That's the way to get started.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know why you want to take a picture with me. Like, you were just so lit. You kept the vibe the entire time. Like, honey, get with him. Picture, smile.
I only had that type of experience once, but that's because I used to go to open mics and do spoken word poetry, and this girl was sitting there recording me, and afterwards she came up to me and she was like, "Hey, I have something to show you." And it was like the 3rd or 4th time that I've been back, and I would do like little hour sessions just going through my poems. And so I did one, and it was called Dear Lover, and it's like an open letter to an abusive ex-partner of mine. And one of the lines that I wrote is, "You could stab me with all of your faults, and I would bleed out 1,000 reasons why you deserve another chance." And she got that tattooed down her leg.
Damn, that's fire.
It's like she got a big old dagger with roses around it, and it had like blood dripping down, and it has my words intertwined in it. And she was like, I just really wanted to show you that, and I was hoping I would see you here. And I was like, wow, okay.
That is fire. Legitness.
It's like now I get to wake up every morning, even if I don't touch anybody else with anything that I do, I get to wake up and be like, damn, somebody thought my words were that powerful that they have it permanently etched into their body.
Yeah, I'm working on a new song called Changes because I think we talked about this. I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast, but me and you talked about it.
Right.
The stuff that I'm currently going through is what will make or break a person.
Exactly.
And to be in a situation that I'm currently in, if you don't know about it, I would advise you to go check out our Patreon. Now $1 a month. Even the broke boys can afford that.
Right.
But the shit that I'm going through currently is what makes or breaks a person. Like, I've talked to a lot of friends about my situation, and they've all told me, like, Miles, you're showing an immeasurable amount of strength of character, because
exactly.
If I was you, shit.
I'm that person. I'm the one telling him these things.
And it made me think about it, like, coming out of this, whenever the dust settles and I'm standing on the other side. I hate to reference anime during this, but like this is like one of the what if moments.
Yeah.
At the end of this, I'm either going to come out stronger, way more resolved than I've ever been before, or this is my villain story. This is how I become a villain.
Right.
So
it's a very tricky situation. A lot of people tend to find clarity through trauma, but how they go about that clarity is what really shows you the strength that they have within themselves. Because you can have the best character in the world, you can act and be poised and prominent, and you can be polite, and you can hold yourself with such respect regardless of what you go through with the person, but how you go about afterwards, whenever you realize, when it really sets in, like, wow, that's what I went through, and I'm still acting like this, and I'm still giving them respect, that right there is what usually breaks people. That's what sends them on their way. Because they're either like, damn, I shouldn't have had to do that, fuck y'all for letting me do that, or you're like, you know what, that right there just shows how good of a person. Yeah, right?
Hey, fuck you, by the way. Nah, I gotta talk to this bitch ass nigga. Like, this is usually for Patreon, but no, I know that you watch our fucking podcast, you fucking thought. So there was a dude a couple weeks ago commenting on our fucking podcast. This ignorant white devil son of a bitch. Like, damn. I'm sorry. I am so sorry, sir.
That was a little much.
I'm sorry. But you gotta understand. First of all, you need to understand what is a joke and what isn't. Obviously, I get it. Most people, you shouldn't be talking about death. But if
or an elaborate murder plan. That's what you were talking about.
Oh, yeah, yes. But if I'm talking like this, and I tell you that bitch gotta die, obviously you shouldn't take me seriously.
Exactly. It's one thing, like, you know, people say things out of anger. People speak their mind just as a joke or not. But
I put you with the feminist.
Yeah, I agree. I was trying to avoid saying that.
For more politically incorrect content, go to our Patreon.
Facts. It gets a little crazy over there. No.
I had to talk to that nigga. Like, he didn't piss me off, but like,
I understand his concern though. Like, I genuinely appreciate that he's like, hey, you know, you might want to be mindful about that. But at the same time, fuck you. I was spitting your food because we gonna do what we want regardless. So
this is how we grow up. This is how we become
Facts.
Savages.
Not everybody was raised in a perfect little home where saying a curse word or even saying the word butthole would get you spanked. So, I mean, you know, not everybody was raised to not talk about things like that. So,
and I feel like we have a justice to talk reckless.
Yeah.
Because we live in such a sheltered society nowadays that if you don't talk reckless,
you won't be heard.
Yeah.
It's like I mean, that's very sad to say. It's very, very sad that I have to go out of my way and talk all types of crazy to get even the slightest bit of attention. Just not even like publicly, not even for clout or like to blow up or anything like that, but just for like one person to be like, damn, you know, she probably has a point, let's listen to it. You know what I mean? Like, I should not have to elaborately explain a detailed murder for somebody to be like, oh yeah, cheating is probably bad. Like that, it's sad how sensitive people have gotten.
I don't even know if Shorty watches the podcast anymore.
If she do, I'm coming for your ass.
Don't come for her. She deserves every bit of aggression that's turned towards her, but I won't allow that shit to happen because
you don't have to allow it. It's okay. I got a special bypass card.
I think there was an incident the other day. Actually, that was what we were talking about in the elevator.
Yep.
That was exactly what. So the incident started because I had a lot of friends over, and my friends, hey, I just want to let my friends know. Thank y'all, because I have some amazing ass friends, bro. All my friends have been hitting me up like since this shit started, been hitting me up like, hey bro, let's go hang out. I know you down in the dumps right now. Let's raise your spirits.
Right.
And they've been coming over to my house every other day, been vibing with me, been laughing, and I really appreciate that. So if I am honored enough to call you my friend, I appreciate you.
That's so sweet.
Well, this friend right here wasn't invited to a pool party, all right?
Neither was this one.
I put an open invite.
I want a personal invite saying, hey, Isaac, you can come.
You know, I didn't say nothing. I wasn't going to say nothing, but me and Isaac are in the same boat.
I feel left out.
He's a little hurt over there.
A little. No, like I said, an open invite. I don't have time to think about everybody that I have. Like, oh, I gotta invite this person, this person, this person. Like, no, just like if you see.
And that's where we differ. Like, all the people that I invited so I went out for my birthday.
Right.
And I went up to Dallas. I celebrated with my family. I got real fucked up. That was eventful. Oh my, it was bad. I am itty bitty. Like, I am a very petite young woman. I don't have a lot of weight on me. So that means that alcohol hits my ass a lot harder than it hits everybody else. I took 8 shots of, I think it's called Ruppelmans. You know what I'm talking about?
I've heard of the shot, yes.
100 proof alcohol. I took 8 shots. So
you ever
I took
had a 4 Horsemen before?
I have.
Jeez.
So I took 2 tequila shots. I took 2 shots of pure Dominican rum. That hell was good. And then I took 2 double shots of Ruppelmans. So total of about 8 shots. And then I had a beer afterwards. So I already had fucked up because I mixed dark and light liquor. And then I had a beer afterwards. And then I may or may not have elevated myself with some herbs. We're going to put it like that.
She was on that organic leaf inhaler.
I was on some oregano. That's what we're going to go with. But, yeah, so I, like, personally invited my cousins. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go over, and I'm going to stay the night with you. Or we had already talked it out. They invited me out. They were like, hey, what are you doing for your birthday? I was like, well, I'm getting a tattoo with my mom. That's it. So they were like, oh, well, you should come up for the weekend. You should come celebrate. We'll get you some liquor. Like, we'll drink. We'll have fun. I was like, okay, cool. So I text my cousin, my other cousin, my female cousin. She's about a year older than me, married, has a kid, cutest kid ever. She's doing really good for herself. Me and her always get into trouble together. That is exactly why I texted her ass. Because I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get fucked up.
That's my best friend.
Bro, that's my bitch. Melody, if you are watching this, you are my bitch and I love you. But anyways, so I personally texted her and was like, you know what? What do you want to do? Because I'm cool with chilling at the house and drinking with the family because that's what we usually do as a family. We sit there and we sip on some alcohol because, you know, they mix drinks. My cousin was like, okay, let's go dancing. So they proceeded to let me pregame and show up to the club drunk, and my ass ended up dancing on a bar.
I've seen that picture.
Oh, there's videos too. Yeah. It ended up very bad. But moral of the story is I personally made my invite. Drunk off my ass. Personally made my invite. And you didn't. So, I'm a little hurt.
All right, fine. Next up, we have a pool party. I will make sure I invite both of y'all.
I just might not come out of spite of you not inviting me for the first,
You gonna pass up a hot tub? No.
I might show up and look better than you out of spite for you not inviting me the first time. I'll go with that.
Okay. That's not fair, because I'm already an ugly nigga.
That's not true. That's not true.
I've always said this. On a scale from 1 to 10, I am honestly 6, maybe 7.5 on a good day. However, comma, my personality is a fucking 12.
Drink on that one.
Yeah, bitch.
See, I can somewhat agree, but it's different for me because that rhymed. I just realized that rhymed.
Bars, nigga.
Unintentional.
But she not a rapper.
Ooh. Might have to take up a new career. No, I'm just kidding. No, but my thing is like I know I'm a very confident person. I know that I'm not ugly, but I'm not the most attractive person in the room, and I'm very confident with that. Bless you. Was that a sneeze?
Mm-hmm.
Bless you. You're welcome. I was waiting for you to say that.
She was staring at you like.
I was like,
She
the
was like,
proper the proper response.
I was
is
waiting for
thank
you. I was waiting for you at the door.
Cause you're not that cute. You
You
look
look
dusty.
dusty.
I will never forget that. Okay. But no, so it's like I'm very confident because I walk into a room and I look at somebody and I'm like, you know what, you're probably very confident, but I know that I look better than you. And it might not be my face, it might be my outfit because I know I can dress. So I'm like, okay, I'm looking pretty nice. But then I see somebody and I'm like, you know what, let me humble myself because that bitch is fine.
Yeah. It's like every time I look at Isaac, I'm like, why is life unfair?
I look at Isaac and I'm like, damn, I feel great. I feel wonderful about myself.
Not even that. Isaac is a fine looking dude, bro. Like he too cute for reality. Isaac is like a whiter version of Jack Harlow.
I can see that though. I can definitely see that. No, his personality sucks though.
Jack Harlow?
No, his. Isaac's.
Nah, Isaac is just.
It doesn't suck. He's just
a bona fide fuckboy. That's what it is.
He doesn't give a fuck.
Boy.
No, it's like I know that like my face is about a good like you said like 6, 7.5 on a good day, but this body is definitely a 10. And
My
I don't
upper
care
body
what,
is
I don't
like
care what
my upper body is like
nobody
at least
say.
an 8, but it's at least an 8.
My thing is like I know that there are females with better shapes than me.
Shapes.
Round is still a shape, okay? There are some big bitches that I think are gorgeous, and I look at myself and I'm like, wow, I'm built like a pipe cleaner, and that's not okay.
She about to eat me like a fucking rotisserie chicken.
And you know what? That's perfectly okay, because round is still a shape. But no, I don't know. It's one of those things like...
I done seen boxes, triangles,
Deadass.
octagons.
Bitches built like the letter P and then turn around and built like the letter B. Like,
why you built... Bitch, why the fuck you built like Phineas' forehead?
No, she
why
built
you
like Wendy Williams. That's what it is.
Wendy Williams is something. How you doing? Fuck. I have... whatever.
I'm not a fan. But anyways, that's my thing. Like, I'm a very confident person because at the end of the day, every person I've wanted, I've gotten. So
I can't say that.
I can't.
I can't say that.
I can't.
I can't say that, but like
I may not have gotten them when I really wanted them, but all of them have wanted me at some point.
I definitely can't say that. I'm a guy. I have to actually put in effort. If I don't put in no type of effort, then nothing's gonna happen. Like I had a shorty Yeah, I'm gonna say it. I had to think about like, yo, did she watch the podcast?
Fuck.
But I had a shorty hit me up last night, and and she used to fuck with me on a low. Like when I used to live in the trap, I used to have her come through, and I used to blow her back out.
Oh.
But she cut me off. Okay, I'm assuming we're good because he just sat back down. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, she cut me off because I hate to say it, but I was being about ain't shit nigga. So whenever I felt like, if I like someone, I didn't even like her like that because of reasons, which I'll probably get into at a later date. But I was like, I wasn't really vibing with her like that. So I was like, okay, I was only cool with us fucking, and she wasn't cool with that. She wanted something more, and I was like, I don't know what to tell you, baby girl. Like,
at least you were honest with her. Like, I'm sorry if that hurt her feelings, but at the end of the day, if somebody just wants to fuck, I would rather them tell me like, hey, I'm just trying to get in your pants, rather than lead me on. You know what I mean? Because I've been on the other end of that stick, and that shit hurts. That shit hurts my feelings.
So like, yeah, we had to. She hit me up like, hey, I want some dick. I'm like, okay, let's couldn't really give her no dick. We had some very trash car sex, but yeah. What time are we at, Isaac?
Like 10 minutes.
10 minutes. We can keep going. We can keep going another 5.
Yeah.
Yep. I fucking hate work, bro. Work is fucking depressing me. And making like my, not anxiety, but like just making like, damn, bitch, I gotta come here. And we just hired a whole bunch of new people. And some of them funk, bro. Like, I saw one little shorty. I was like, shit, let me be your trainer.
No.
Let me be your trainer.
I enjoy work, but I also, like, I don't like people my age. And I know that sounds weird, but it's like...
No, it doesn't. When you're more mature, you don't like to hang around people.
Like, they're cool to hang out with, like, during the shift, or, like, a couple of them I text outside of work, and I'm like, okay, you know, you cool people, I could probably hang out with you. But people that I'm genuinely friends with are like you, like, you're older, and that's because we connect on a different level, and I'm just like, okay, I can sit and vibe with you better than I could another 18-year-old. Yeah. But managers suck ass, and that's what makes me not like my job.
You know who I don't like? I'm not gonna say her name, but it's like toot toot.
Oh,
I don't like her, bro. Ooh. And she has this amazing ability to, whenever she's correcting somebody, to talk down on them.
Bitch, the only difference between us is the color of your shirt and the day that we were born. We bleed, we breathe the exact same. So what makes you special?
Any day I have a shift with her, I'm just like, fuck, this shift's about to suck.
When were you born?
November 10th, 1998.
Alright.
When were you born, Isaac?
I was born December 8th, 97.
You see, you're older.
We're not going to say mine because it makes me feel like an infant.
Speaking of infants, I was rewatching our podcast because that's what I like to do in our spare time.
Yeah,
in my spare time, to make sure like
I like watching our growth.
Yeah, to see how we can improve, what we can do, stuff like that. And I was watching, I think this was the Demon Time episode, and I saw Cedric look at the little kids coming off the bus, and I was like,
"Hello, operator."
Mr. Telephone Man.
Well, I know that song, but there's
something wrong with my line. When I dial my baby's number, I hear it click every time.
I know, I love that song. I haven't heard that in forever.
Oh fuck, new edition, fucking slaps.
Speaking of infants.
Okay, you ready? On your birthday, a Florida man was arrested for breaking into a home and tries women's clothes on.
I love looking at the Florida man stuff. Oh my god.
The Florida man, I've heard of him before.
No, it's like new ones, like because all the crazy shit happens in Florida. So that happened on your birthday.
What happened on her birthday?
Oh. I can give day, but not the year.
I would assume by how old you are, I would guess.
It's March 24th, 03.
Damn!
I told you.
She's a baby.
But no, speaking of infants, so.
Don't tell me you're pregnant.
No, not me. So.
That's a thumbnail. That's gonna be the thumbnail. My face is
holding my stomach. So, you know, there's the ex-partner of mine that we don't talk about.
Yeah.
He's having a child. He's having a little boy.
Wait. But weren't y'all... Is he dead?
Not that one.
Oh, okay.
The one that I wrote the poem about. The one that used to put his hands on me.
Oh, okay.
He's having a baby.
I don't know how I feel about that.
With the girl that didn't want him at first.
He trapped her.
Like, he used to,
trapped
like,
her.
I'm a very forgiving person. I feel like forgiveness does wonders. I had a lot of very terrible things happen, and, you know, I prayed on it. I sat and I really thought about it. He reached out to me, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to forgive you. It was really weird, because I had a dream. I had the same dream every single night for a week straight, that he was going to show up at my job. And he showed up at my job.
You had a flashpoint.
I literally, like, astro projected myself, like, 3 weeks in advance. Like, it was crazy. He showed up at my job, and at that point, he was like, you know what? I'm going to just give you my phone number. You should text me sometime. And I was like, you know what? We should have a sit-down conversation. We should talk about that shit, because I deserve that. Because I didn't deserve anything that you did. So you're going to sit and explain to me what was going through your head while you did that.
Yeah.
And this is, again, like a year and a half in the future. I'm doing much better. I'm gorgeous. I'm smart. I'm wonderful. I am a great person to be around.
Affirmations.
And
Love to see
so
it.
I was at a point where I was like, you know what? We're going to attempt this. So sit down, have a conversation with him, and I got all the answers that I needed. And from there, I was like, you know what? He asked me if he wanted, or if I wanted him to be in my life. And I was like, I really don't give a fuck. If you want to stay, cool, we can be friends. We won't be anything more than that, but we can be friends. So that's exactly what happened. So he used to call me and harp to me about how he would go and hang out with this girl, and they would have sleepovers together. He met her family, all of that stuff. Like, he basically almost lived with her at one point, but she would not claim him. And she was talking to an ex, either an ex or somebody she used to fuck with. She was still communicating with him and didn't tell oh boy. So he found out and made her cut that shit off. She went back, did it again, made her cut that shit off again. And now they're having a baby.
So I can see that, like, that cycle, because me and Demon Time are kind of in that cycle. I've sat her down, and I had to be transparent, because, like, the situation is tense. I don't know if you felt it.
Yeah.
When you walked inside the apartment and you felt that tension.
Yeah.
Bro, ass. It's funny how sensitive people are to the energy. But anyway. All right, hold up. We'll be right back. So yeah, like I was saying, me and Demon Time are kind of in that situation right now. And the situation is so tense that I have to be straightforward. I have to be transparent. And
You have to be just brutal. Like, at that point, you have to be brutally honest.
I haven't been brutally honest. Not to the point, because if I was brutally honest, like, she wouldn't be living there.
YouTube versus TikTok fights.
Hold on, we gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. I'm excited for that. But if I was brutally honest, she would not be living with me. And I told her that. And she asked me, why don't you just say what you're thinking? I said, baby girl,
Where you gonna go?
if I said what I was thinking and I acted on my feelings, you would not be here. I don't know, and like, we were just in a cycle. Like, she always likes to ask this question now, like, oh, so you just want me to get back in? The only way I can live with you is if I'm with you.
Yes, bitch. You know.
And,
What do you think this is?
And like I simp a little bit. Like, no, you're your own woman. And plus, if you don't want to be in a relationship with me, I can't force you to. Because at the end of the day, you're just going to cheat on me.
Exactly. People are gonna do what they want to do regardless, and that's why like friendships, relationships, mutuals, whatever it is, if you want to stay, I would love to have you, but at the end of the day, the door is right there, and I'm not gonna stop you from walking away.
I'm not gonna stop her from walking away either. Actually, I prefer. I
will kick her out that door. You say the words, I'm a bow. There you go. Problem solved. She's gone.
Was that hoe busting?
Hot water?
Yeah.
It was warm.
I saw him go.
Yeah, we love it. We love the hot tub here.
I was about to say, y'all should have told me that this is where
Bro,
we were filming.
We had the other day when we had that party, we were all loud, and it was like 2:00 in the morning, and some nigga on like the 3rd or 4th floor, right over there, he comes out in his like cargo shorts and shirt. He was like, "Hey, what are you guys doing? It's like 2:30 in the morning."
Bitch, what does it look like we doing?
He was like, oh, look, like, I was like, okay, don't worry about it, sir. We'll try to keep it down. And as soon as he left, my friends are niggas. They go, yo, bitch ass nigga. I was like, guys, I got white neighbors. We can't be doing this. Like, shh.
Not the white neighbors. I wish I had white neighbors.
That was funny. But yeah, all right. So Isaac, we're gonna do a new thing, guys. Isaac got some news topics. We're gonna do like a quick little speed round through. All right, Isaac, hit us with it.
The news is Joe Biden. I got nothing right now.
I thought you had something. You told us you had something.
I heard the fight, the YouTube and TikTok fight. That's all.
Oh, bro, if I ever became a famous YouTuber or a TikToker, which is very prominent because I have fire fucking ideas,
right.
And I'm about to, like, after we're done with this, I'm about to go shoot some TikToks.
As you should.
But if I ever became famous, I would love to do one of those fights. Like, seriously train for it. So
Yeah.
Jake Paul, I would beat the fuck out that nigga. I hate him. I do. He just needs his ass beat, and I should be the one to deliver it.
You know, I can see that. I can see that.
Imagine that. Just be. Knock that bitch out. Like, yeah, nigga, talk that shit. I'll be talking so much shit during the fight.
As you should.
I would be like, oh, bitch ass nigga, that's why I fucked your girl.
Oh,
like,
nah, not that far.
I be talking so much shit. This should be illegal.
Yeah. I talk a lot of shit. I ain't even gonna lie. But I'm at a point where I'm just like, ain't nobody gonna try to fight me.
A girl might try to fight you. She's not gonna win. I'm letting you know.
But it's like, everybody that I'm cool. There's a female that now works at Top Golf, and she used to talk a lot of shit. Tried to wiggle her way into a lot of things, and I don't really like that because I'm a grown ass woman. You're not gonna mess with me. That's petty shit. I'm not with the petty shit. But I can stoop down to your level and show you how to be petty if that's what you want to do. So I now work with her, and I had to train her.
And that answers my question. Yeah.
So I had to train her, and I didn't think anything of it. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be reasonable. I'm not even gonna say nothing. But I talked so much shit to her, so straight to her face.
Damn,
she was like, well, this seems kind of hard, and I was like, well, you're stupid as fuck, so it makes sense. And then I just kept talking.
Didn't?
I swear to God, right hand on the Bible.
It was Domino's is testing robot delivery drivers.
I don't know. I don't trust that.
That's stupid. What happens if somebody hacks in your car? You just got kidnapped by your own fucking car. Like what?
Domino's,
Nah,
he said.
Domino's.
I'm thinking of like Teslas and shit like that.
You one of those people?
Sex trafficking.
You can talk about conspiracies.
What the fuck?
Is there any conspiracies out there?
I know you just heard that.
I told you. Somebody's getting raped.
That's not funny. That's terrible.
What are they? Shut your bitch ass up!
Did the dad come over here?
Somebody getting that ass whooping. They get that ass whipped.
They probably touched something in the stove they wasn't supposed to.
A groom goes to the wrong wedding and nearly marries a stranger.
That would be hilarious. That's your dumb ass fault. So you telling me you walked up, saw your bride, and was like, wait a second.
That ain't the wrong person. And then stayed there? I'm sorry, but no. That
You
would
should
have been
shoot yourself. Just do it.
At that point.
Russian roulette with a full clip.
At that
Usher
point.
used fake money in a strip club. His own money.
I saw that.
Wait,
I think
who?
Usher. It's money with his face on it.
Usher, baby.
No.
He used Usher banks. Oh, Usher bucks. Usher bucks.
And then there was a stripper who had came back and was like, oh yeah, he didn't just throw that money. Like he threw actual.
Okay, that was weird. Okay, we're back. What were we talking about?
Usher bands. I thought that was so funny because I'm like, okay, that's kind of clever. That's a little clever.
Was the money real, but he just painted his face over it?
No, it was fake money with
Yeah.
his face on it. But the funny thing is because other women were coming forward and were like, oh, that's not all he was throwing at us. Like he was throwing actual money, and I'm just like, bitch, what was you doing? What was you doing?
Did I talk about my first time at the strip club on the podcast?
No, you have not.
Okay, so I think we talked about it on the Patreon, but like I guess I'm gonna give y'all a little taste. So a couple weeks ago, I was talking to this short girl. She was baddie, and she took me. She works at the strip club as a server, and one night I went to go visit her, and I got my first real life experience at the strip club. I hated it. I hated every second of being there.
Wow.
I will never go to another strip club in life.
Yes, you will.
I will not.
Yes, you
I
will.
promise you. I will not.
Why?
Okay. So I got there. I'm just like enjoying my time. My friend, she's like, well, where you want to sit? And I was like, out of the view of people.
Yeah.
Because
Just in case you see somebody that you might know.
so I walked in there. She sat me in the corner somewhere. I was like, okay, cool. Just give me a beer, and I appreciate it. She got me a beer, brought it back. Okay, cool. I'm sipping my beer. I'm observing. I'm observation mode, looking around, seeing the women, seeing the lustful eyes of the men, and I'm like, this is fucking disgusting. Y'all don't. There was one nigga in the corner, and I kept track of him the entire night. Every time I looked up, this nigga was throwing cash. I was like, damn, nigga, shit, I didn't know you had it like that.
Some people do. Some people do.
And then the corner wasn't the best option either because the strippers, niggas were over here caressing, and I'm pretty sure one of the strippers gave this nigga a blowjob in one of the booths.
Wow.
And I was like, damn. Yeah. Good luck on that.
Nope.
And so then the first woman came up. She's like, hey, how you doing? I was like, oh, I'm hold on, where's my drink? My beer. I was like, oh, how you doing? I'm doing good. And she's like, oh, you look real lonely over here. You want me to give you some company? Oh, no, thank you. I appreciate you, though. She's like, okay. And she walks off. Second woman comes up. Doesn't even say anything. I'm in the booth, and she goes and forces me to scoot over. And she like, oh, how you doing? And I'm like, this fucking bitch. I'm doing well. What about yourself? Yeah. And then she was like, oh, I do good. And she's like, I was like, oh, okay. And you have to forgive me. I no speak English. And I was like, oh my fucking God. I gotta deal with that illiterate bitch.
Not an illiterate. Oh Lord, not illiterate. Oh man.
So I was like, yeah. She like, do you want drink? And I was like, no, I got my Corona right here, man. I appreciate you, though. I'm good. And then she proceeds to take my little thing that was on my table and waves down the waitress.
Oh, Lord.
Waitress was my friend. She comes up. And she's like, yeah, what can I get you guys? And my friend knows why I'm here. I came here to see her. Yeah. And she's like, oh, yeah, can I get whatever with Red Bull? And I was like, okay, whatever. And the friend walks off. And I started thinking about it. I was like, wait. This bitch didn't give her no fucking card. Is this shit on my tab? I know this bitch didn't order a goddamn thing off my fucking tab.
You You may have gotten played.
So I was like, what the fuck? Well, I was like, okay, we'll see when the check comes. We'll see.
Yeah.
So then as the drink comes back, she starts sipping, and then she straddles me, and I was like, no, I'm good, I'm straight, I don't want to dance. And she's like, why not, baby? And I was like, I'm just good. And then she proceeds to dance on me, and I'm just sitting here like,
okay.
this is happening. My friend is sitting there across from me, laughing. And I was like,
Because you probably just looked uncomfortable. Like, it was probably written all over your face.
I said,
right?
and my friend just walked away. I was like, ain't that about a bitch?
Ain't that bad a bitch?
And then after it was over, stripper goes, okay, you pay me now.
Baby, you gonna have to walk away.
And like, I was like, I didn't want no smoke from her or the other strippers, so I was like, okay, here you go. We paid her for the fucking rape dance.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
And my friend comes back like, you look so fucking uncomfortable in that. I was like, yes, I was. This is ass.
Yeah.
And I got into the Corona and kept sipping. And then the third girl came by, and I was like, I've already had enough of you whores today.
Not whores.
And then she was like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, and something about her energy, just like, I'm doing good. How about you? She's like, oh, I'm cool. And then she started asking me about what type of music I was into. Like, listen, I dig the Kendrick, the Coles, and like, yeah, I'm a little ratchet too, so I can understand.
Yeah.
And I was like, something about her energy, like, I fuck with you. You're way better than the last chick. And
right.
She's like, oh, so you want me to keep you some company over here? It's like, nah, I appreciate you coming to talk to me, but I'm good. She's like, okay, just let me know if you need anything. She walked away.
That's nice though.
And I was like, you're nice. You're one of the good ones here.
One of the good horse. One of the good horse.
And she walked away, and then by the time I knew it, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, I waited for my friend to get off, and I went over to her place.
Is that how the story ended?
The story ended with a happy ending.
Okay, that's all I needed to know. That's all I needed to know.
So it ended with a happy ending. What can I say? I'm back in these streets, boy. It's just,
Yep. Nope. No. Absolutely not.
My Snapchat is.
Just insert picture here. Such a little
Your school
code.
principal gets arrested for hacking the school to make her daughter went homecoming.
Does your daughter have so low self-esteem?
I don't know.
See, that reminds me of like all of the
won
people.
homecoming by default.
I never ran for any of that shit.
I didn't want to either, but like the fact that I won by default just baffled me.
I don't know. Like, I had my name entered by somebody before I moved here. Like, I had my name entered by other people, and I got votes for it. But I never, like, willingly ran for homecoming or anything like that.
Nah, like,
And, like,
so
I'm about to go to prom, and I didn't run for a prom queen or anything like that either.
my school was ghetto. Me and Carl went to the same school, so I told him, like, hey, yo, I'm gonna run for homecoming because nobody's running. It would be fucking funny if I won. He was like, oh, word? I should put my name in. Just to give you some competition.
Oh, Lord.
And I was like, if you do that, I swear to God, I will slap you. And he was like, I'm gonna do it. Comes back a day later, yeah, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I was like, why not? He was like, because you gotta write a paragraph. I was
Carl. Go ahead. Continue.
I was like, nigga, you can't write a fucking paragraph? He's like, nigga, I can barely read. I'm like,
wow. That's.
I was like, damn, that's my boy though. I love you.
That's a lot.
But I won homecoming king that day. Like it sucks because like everybody was lined up for the court. You have the I don't know what the entire court positions are, but you know you have the princesses, whatever's lower than the princesses.
Yeah.
And then you have the
Dutch and
queen.
Duchess.
Yeah, the queen, and then they get to the king. These are all the nominees, mind you. And I was like, this was in a big ass football stadium.
Yeah.
So they were like, these are your nominations and these are your winners. And then when they got to my name, like everybody got all these rounding applause. Like, that's my best friend, that's my bitch.
Yeah.
And then you get to, for homecoming king, Miles Carter. Woo.
You got like 2 claps.
Exactly. I was like, ain't that about a bitch?
That's my catchphrase. Ain't that about a bitch? See, that's why I didn't run. But I also, like, I've never had any interest in going. Fun fact, though, my junior year, I had this little red velvet, like, bodycon dress with a really high slit. It's what I wore to homecoming, right? I looked good as fuck. And I know I did. Because, like I said, I have a very nice body. And that's all I really cared about with that dress. I was like, this dress makes my body look banging. So that's all that matters, right? So there was a little dude, like I was with person that you know at this time.
Okay.
And so, you know, I'm committed. I'm like, you know, this is all I care about. But before me and him got together, I had a little thing with somebody who had a girlfriend. Mind you, we didn't have a thing. Like, he wasn't cheating on her or nothing like that. But he had feelings for me and I had feelings for him. He knew how I felt, but he thought I didn't know how he felt. But his girlfriend confronted me because he said my name during sex. So I'm like, I already knew how you felt because of how you act around me and how you be talking to me. But your girl just confirmed it because
My G.
he lost his virginity to her, but he said my name to
My
sex.
G.
So
You fucking up. Young ass niggas.
he's older than me.
Young ass. You're not older than
Oh,
me.
I forgot.
You're not older than me.
So, you know, during homecoming, my thing is I don't go to dances to just sit down or just to take pictures. If I'm there, I'm gonna dance the entire fucking time.
As you fucking
I
should.
don't care if I look stupid. Every homecoming dance I've been to besides one, my hair has been slicked back and curly because I know I'm gonna sweat because I'm gonna be dancing. Not like dripping sweat, but like, you know what I mean.
So, like, to bounce off that, when I was in Arizona this weekend, the very first night there, I went to the club. And I was dancing, I was having a good time. Everybody was fucking with my energy, whatever.
Right.
It got so hot, I got so hot, like, my hair was, like, bothering me. And I luckily had a hair tie on my wrist. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna just, like, And I couldn't find my rhythm. I was like, what the fuck? So this gay dude standing behind me.
Oh, Lord.
He goes, I was like,
No. Nothing.
I need an adult. And he's like, give it here. And he just proceeds to just dig into my hair, just wraps it up. Never in my life has my hair sat so plainly on on the top of my head. And like it was a tight tie. Like, dude did an immaculate job of tying my hair on my head. And I was like, I walked home that night. I was like, oh my god, this is fucking crazy. Like, what have I been missing? He did this with no product. No, he's magic. He's a fairy.
That bitch made direct eye contact with me. I might have to kick that old bitch in her hip. I'm gonna just throw that out there.
Not everyone looking at you, Zoe.
No, she like direct eye contact and went.
It's got me out of my mind.
What you know about?
He was singing that the whole time. But anyways, back to this story. So, like I said, I've never ran for homecoming queen, anything like that. Him and his girl ran for king and queen because it was their senior year. Long story short, he almost got broken up with that night because I was in the middle of the dance floor and this fool had his girl right here. I'm over here. He's sitting there with his arm around her like this, staring directly at me the entire time. And then proceeds to text me after the dance and says, Zoe, you looked amazing tonight. And I was like, oh, well, thank you. You know, that's very sweet of you to say. And he was like, everyone pointed out that I couldn't stop staring at you. And I'm like, you were there with your girlfriend. And he goes, you looked better than her.
Niggas ain't shit. Niggas ain't shit.
Like I said.
What was your tricks?
Oh my god.
We gotta get Isaac. We gotta give Isaac his own camera.
It's gonna be like the podcast, and then you're just gonna have one little frame of Isaac in the corner, just of his facial reactions. back to my point.
What?
If I have
New
gotten
York parents seek to move to Oklahoma to marry a child.
What? Say that again.
New York parents.
Oh, then it's Oklahoma. New York parents seek okayness to marry their own child.
Parents, like mom and
Yeah,
to like,
marry their child.
you need to go to jail and a psych ward tonight, right now, actually.
Fucking New York, man.
Hey, not too much. Not too much.
he from New York.
Me too.
I'm from New York.
Where you
I'm
from?
from Delaware, but I live in New York.
He said, I'm from Delaware.
He said that so like he sounded so disgusted
Like, you
when he
should
said
know what the fuck Delaware is. Represent!
that. Absolutely not.
Disgusting.
What? How the fuck is it doing that? Does that do that?
Yes.
These
It's
fucking
the
old
Jets,
clothes?
isn't it?
Yes. It's the Jets.
Oh my fucking
Are you
God.
getting irritated by the song in your head?
Mhm. Curious, a man tries to nail himself.
I've heard
to
about.
Australia.
Love that. Fight a fucking kangaroo in that bitch.
The kangaroos ain't no joke.
Dude. I saw a video of a guy that got punched by a kangaroo, and I saw the aftermath, and it broke his nose, and it fractured his like brow bone, and that shit
Alright,
caught me off
I'm
guard.
in there right here.
Hey guys, and we are back. There's a lot of stuff we've been talking about. Honestly, our podcast is almost 10 years old, 10 episodes old.
10 episodes old.
10 episodes old. I was watching my favorite podcast, This Is Not a Cult, and they just hit 100 episodes. And Young Don said something. It was like when you hit 100 episodes, that's how you know, like, you do this shit. Like,
Right.
when you talking to a little shorty, like, hey, shorty, how you doing? It's like, oh, so like she starts inquiring about your life, like, oh, so what do you do? Oh, me? I'm a podcaster. Oh, really? How many episodes you have? Over 100.
Because then you can actually say that.
So we're just hitting. We're about to hit our first milestone next week. Next week got to be big.
Yeah.
We got to do something crazy.
We've had a lot of big things happen on the
Podcast in
podcast.
hot tub.
Podcast in the hot tub,
Shit, I'm down.
day or night.
It would.
If it's night, we got to have hella lights.
Yeah, so we would have to do it during the day.
That's not gonna be. That's not.
That would be good though.
That would be fire. Somebody also suggested that we do a live podcast.
That would be fun.
I've got some suggestions for guests. Like, we were supposed to have a guest today, but the time schedules didn't line up.
I know some people who really would like to be guests, but it's one of those things, like, it's people that I know, so I'm just like, you're not funny and you don't really match our energy, so I can't bring you on and then have you disappoint.
Like, when Demon Time moves out, we're turning her room into a studio.
As you fucking should.
I'm talking about, I want an entire setup. I want us to have a nice long table where we can sit accordingly. I want us to
Right.
have like grass background, make this shit look nice.
Right. I
So-
can help with that. I got you.
So yeah. All right, guys, it's about that time.
This was
If-
all over the place.
If you've stayed this long, then obviously you enjoy hearing us talk. So you know what you should totally do? Go check out our Patreon podcast. If you're watching this on YouTube, it's going to be in the link down below. But if you're watching this on one of the streaming platforms, it's obviously going to be above.
Or if you're just watching because you like to look at us, you should follow our socials because I'm very pretty to look at.
And I have a personality.
Oh, look.
Oh, look at this! No, you gotta hit the. Hold on, you got it.
Ew.
My eyes went cross-eyed when I did that.
We wasn't gonna say nothing. We wasn't gonna say nothing. It's okay.
Also, if you're also watching this on the streaming platforms, make sure you, if you're watching this on Spotify, make sure you give us a 5 because, we deserve it. They tell us to do that shit all the time at work, but I don't do it.
Facts.
I do not do it. I hate it. It makes me feel awkward. Like I gotta beg people to make them like me. Ew, that's disgusting.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, I'm too savage for that.
Facts.
And also, if you're watching this on Apple Music, make sure you just try the same thing. Give us a 5. Give the overall podcast
Give
a
us
5.
some feedback. Let us know what we're doing that you like and what you don't like, so that we can adjust to you.
Because also, that's also the only way the algorithm can help our podcast grow big time. Because I want sponsorships. I'm trying to get bags. I want to tell the bitches like, hey, I got the podcast, and they're like, oh, you nice with it? I'm like, hell yeah, we built different.
But anyways,
all right, this has been an amazing episode 9 of the podcast, Entangled Thots. I am one of your hosts, Poetic Justice,
and I'm Zoe,
and we signing out this bitch.